Well, firstly, it's not for another foreign minister to give advice to people here about what they should be doing and the rights and wrongs of it. There is a process going on that we're watching very carefully, and we have observations about that. Firstly, this is plainly a complex situation. After so many years of one system of government and the repression of political views, the idea that things would come together very quickly and with absolute consensus of opinion was going to be unrealistic. And what's happening now is the realistic phase is going through, and people are still competing for space and to make their views known. At the same time as people are doing that, the country has to be run. And that is the responsibility taken on by the Supreme Council, and they're trying to run that in conjunction with the civilian government. So we're watching the process go through. We are very keen to support a process of transition towards democratic government. We should be absolutely clear about that. We want to see the process carried through to free and fair elections. We're keen to follow the timetable for the Constitution and for the eventual presidential elections. And we think that issues relating to human rights and the other pressures that have emerged in recent months, these should be respected as well. So we're watching the process go on. It's a complex one. We have to be very realistic about it, and it will require people to make compromises to work together to make sure that good things come out of it rather than the more difficult things. We want to encourage the process of revolution and the process towards democracy. Of that there can be no doubt. We said very clearly, our Prime Minister said clearly, so did William Hague, that this was an extraordinary opportunity for the Arab world. It's not working in other places. We watch the agonies in Syria very closely, plainly a very different process to what's happening in Egypt. And there are opportunities here. But those opportunities will only be seized if there are the right outcomes from the process that we're seeing. Stable democratic government, where people have been able to put their differences behind them, and there are differences between the parties, quite strident, and William Hague is right to reflect that and say we have heard these. There are economic issues that need to be faced. Not all decisions can be put off for several months. The economy needs to pick up. Outside investors need to be attracted back into Egypt. They need to see stability, and they need to see an economic policy that they will feel confident in. Now, I think it's right that those who are friends of this process, friends of Egypt, say, we watch this with some concern. We're here to help. There's a lot of outside help available, but ultimately the decisions have got to be taken by Egyptians. This is an Egyptian-led process.